Welcome back, everybody. I am here with what's pretty much just going to be a fun spice today. I got some new cards in, and I want to have fun on my locals this week, so I configured basically a new version of Cyber Dragons. It's pretty much just going to be gimmicky fun, so I'll just get right into it to show you why this is going to be funny. Long story short, you do not need cards like Dragoon or Zeus, so it might be a little bit more manageable, but you'll see why it's kind of gimmicky and more fun, but let's just get right into it. No change from what you always play with Cyber Dragon. Play 3 Cyber Dragon, 3 Core, 3 Hertz. Those are pretty much going to be standard staples of any time you play Cyber Dragons. Those are always necessary. And I'm still keeping in the 1 Noxter and the 1 Vier as good extenders that can help you get into your plays, and they're just always going to be useful. As well as still the 3 Galaxy Soldiers, because free level 5 light machines is always going to benefit Cyber Dragon. And then, of course, the 1 blind kaiju in case you need to be able to remove problematic things. Having a searchable kaiju in your deck is always nice, so that's why I always keep it in. And here's where this spice comes in. I am playing the 1 Watt Fox. Yes, you are seeing this correctly, 1 Watt Fox. And those of you that know what this card does pretty much know exactly where this is going, but I'll give a more detailed explanation at the end of this. On to the spells. This is still Cyber Dragon, so 3 Emergency, 3 Machine Dupe. I finally was able to upgrade my rarity to these. No more filthy commons for me. And then still the 2 Repair Plant, because, searching any light machine is always going to be handy. So having those available to you is good. And then just some of the 1-ups, the machines, the 1 Rev System, the 1 Overload Fusion, because fusing into powerful machines is always good, helps you win the game, and free extenders are also good. And there's just the remaining power 1-ups. 1 Reborn, because a free special summon is good. 1 Feather Duster, because we don't like back row. 1 Upstart Goblin, because playing 39 cards instead of 40 is always nice. I consider something like Call by the Grave for this, but I just figured drawing into my resources is more important. And the 1 Cybernetic Overflow, because non-targeting destruction is always good. And that's it for all the main in-deck cards. On to the hand traps. I am playing the Gamma package in this one. Finally upgraded rarity for these as well. 2 reasons. 1, stopping monster effects is still good. 2, these are lights, so if we need to pitch them for Galaxy Soldier if they're dead cards, then they become not dead cards. Also, it does fix the problem of if you draw Driver can be useful, because if you discard it to the graveyard off of Galaxy Soldier, Gamma is still alive because you can summon Driver from the grave. And then still the 3 Ash Blossom and the 3 Skullmeister, because Graveyard's heavy this format, and Ash is generically good in any deck and against any deck. That is it for the main deck, and even 40 cards this time. I managed to actually keep it down to 40 without clogging it up. And that's basically just the suggestion for all of that. On to the extra deck. This is still Cyber Dragon, so still your Chimera Tech Fusion packages. This wins you games. This lets you contact fuse with machines, so if you're in a machine mirror match, or if you have to Jizukiru Kaiju somebody, you can remove it. And getting rid of your opponent's monsters in the extra monster zone is always handy / funny. The XZs, this is Cyber Dragon, 2 Nova, 2 Infinity, that's standard. And the card that makes Watt Fox work in this, the 1 Artifact Durendal. For those of you that don't know how this works, I will explain that later, but this is going to be the funny card in the package. You'll see that in just a second. Onto the links, the 1 Cyframe Lord Lambda, because even if you can't end on the craziest board, your opponent still has to respect Gamma if you have it in your hand. 1 Unicorn, because Unicorn's a good card. 1 Union Carrier, that is going to help us with the Artifact Durendal Watt Fox play. 1 Seeger, because this is Cyber Dragon. 1 Verte Anaconda, because this is Cyber Dragon, you can send Overload Fusion. And once more, this is Cyber Dragon, so the 1 Link Rebo and the 1 All Mirage, in case you get stuck with any dead cards on your field. You can at least put up something. That's it for the extra deck. On to the side deck. Nothing too crazy here, just some standard format stuff. I don't like Drytron, and it helps with a couple other matchups as well. Nibiru is not the greatest this format, but still really useful. It punishes overextending players, which we do have a couple of my locals. Plus, it is a light, so it still works with Galaxy Soldier if you need to do that. 3 Dark Ruler no more, because there are 2 cards in the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! Game that out a Drytron board. It is this and Forbidden Droplets. The only reason I'm not also running Forbidden Droplets with this is because I cannot afford to lose any more of my resources in a Cyber Dragon deck than I can afford, so Dark Ruler no more it is. And for the last 6, Ice Dragon's Prison, because it is a good card, and Evenly Matched, because 1, I need to clear boards, 2, with this particular build of the deck, I don't necessarily need my battle phase, because I can immediately go into the Wattfox shenanigans to still ensure that I get another turn. Now, speaking of which, I will display what that does for those of you that don't really know how the Wattfox shenanigans work. So let's say we have... I'll just put up a field center so that we can see the middle here. Let's say we have a pathway to any 2 level 5s. Let's say we only start out with like Core and Machine Dupe as one of our starting hands. So you would obviously normal summon the Core. You can search out any Cyber Spell or Trap you want. You Machine Dupe. That way it gets you your 2 Cyber Dragons. And let's say you had let's just say you had a 3rd way into any monster. Let's say, I don't know, you opened up Vier, so then you can summon that to the field as well. If you go even crazier, you can also end on Cyber Dragon Infinity. But let's say, well, first we're going to need... I'm looking at it the wrong way, so yeah, opposite way. We're going to need this zone clear because of the Geo whatever link monster it is. This is the only safe zone in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because they can steal from this zone, and this is Anima/Crusadia zones, so we're going to need to clear out this zone first. We are going to link away into the Union Carrier that we need. Again, this is assuming we don't have any extension plays. This is assuming no disruption. All the good fun there. And we're going to create our artifact Durendal. And we're going to use Union Carrier to equip the Wattfox from the deck. We're going to equip that to the Union Carrier, because if you equip it to Durendal, then that's the same problem as Dragon Link players equipping the Buster Sword to Savage. You're asking to be Kaiju'd and have your entire day ruined. So what this board is, Union Carrier equips Wattfox from the deck, and Durendal is what is going to make Wattfox live. Wattfox, for those of you that do not know, reads, if this card is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, either by battle or card effect, your opponent cannot special summon a monster, or activate spells, traps, spell trap effects, or monster card effects for the rest of this turn. So if this card goes to the graveyard, your opponent literally cannot activate anything. It's essentially a Zexal effect. That's what Durendal is for. Artifact Durendal, for those of you that don't know, requires 2 level 5 monsters. Cyber Dragons, 2 level 5 monsters. It says, once per turn, during either player's turn, you can activate one of the following effects. The second effect reads, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card. Each player with a hand shuffles their entire hand into the deck, then draws the same number of cards they shuffled into the deck. So if that comes up, you can do that if you want to. But we're using Durendal for the first effect, which reads, when a monster effect is activated on the field, or when a normal spell trap card is activated, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card. The activated effect becomes destroy 1 spell trap card your opponent controls. So when your opponent tries to activate literally any card, albeit it has to be either a monster effect or a normal spell or trap, so if they activate something like Cosmic Cyclone to get rid of this, or if they activate any other card like Forbidden Droplets, or if they just so happen to have the cheeky Dark Ruler No More, which you can't respond to with monster effects, then you're kind of screwed. But if they activate any other type of effect, you detach a material from Durendal. Whatever effect they activated becomes destroy 1 spell and trap card. You destroy Wattfox, your opponent can't activate any cards for the rest of the turn. They cry, they pass their turn, you then go into your next turn and you do your normal Cyber Dragon shenanigans and you try to immediately kill them. Albeit this is very gimmicky, and it's pretty much just a mess around and have fun deck. But it's just, I mean, pulling this off against somebody is just gonna be really, really funny. So I just decided to build it. And I do have to say, before I finish up the rest of this was not my idea whatsoever. This was pretty much entirely inspired by 10-minute testing from... Why am I drawing a blank? What's his name? It's not my idea with any of this. So if you think I'm smart enough to come up with this idea, then that is it's MBT. It's MBT Yu-Gi-Oh. That's who I'm thinking of. He did a 10-minute testing video displaying Cyber Dragon Watt Fox, which is what this is. This isn't the exact list, but I'll leave a link to that video in the description so you can see the original one and so you can see his original testing. I'm going to take this to my locals. I'm going to probably get destroyed, but I'm going to have fun doing it because this is just gimmicky nonsense fun. It's going to be great. But thanks for tuning in, and hope you have a great rest of the day.